Good day, everyone. Today, I want to talk about this spirit of delay and how to overcome it. Okay. Pretty much like I would say since 2020, I've been noticing that there has been a spirit of delay. There have been blessings coming through to me because of my manifestations, and the things that I call forth into my life. So I remember back in 2020 was the first time I had some kind of juncture that something was going on, or that spirit showed me what delay looks like. I was waiting for some incoming money to come to me, right, so that I could get some things moving in my life, and everything was good. I was approved. Everything was good. Okay. However, it might have took, I don't know, maybe over a year for me to receive my blessing. And I remember being in a laundromat and looking at the washing machine, and the washing machine displayed the word delay. Okay. And I noticed that. I said, okay. So I knew that my blessing wasn't coming through just yet. Then I remember just beginning to go places and just seeing doors slam, and that was like the sign that doors were closing on me, right? And then as of recent, I had a dream of a spirit who was impeding my path. He would constantly show up. Number one, he was trying to kill me, right? He was trying to steal from me, and he was stepping on my path. And in the dream, I yelled out Jesus, and then he stepped off my path, right? So these were the things that I was seeing over time. And then I finally came across a video on YouTube that talked about the spirit of delay. Okay, so I want to bring this to my audience because it's very important for you to be aware that there is a spirit of delay, and that so far the only way that I've been able to overcome this spirit of delay is by persistence. Okay, as hard as he goes is as hard as I go. I don't know how to stop. I ain't got no red light. I don't know how to stop until I get the things that I want, however, I'm beginning to think I'm going to need to take a different route because the delays have not stopped. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with Lord Ganesh. He is the remover of obstacles. Okay, I've dealt with Lord Ganesh before, and he works instantly. Okay, he works instantly. He gets the job done. As of recently, Spirit has been leading me pretty much back into the knowledge of what I'll say is, the only reason I haven't used Lord Ganesh as of yet is because the way Spirit came through, Spirit was leading me back to Jesus. Jesus is the light, right? He represents knowledge. So I had to get the knowledge of what was happening to me. But then, with religiosity, right? And going back into these Christian pastors that was African pastors who were able to relay this message to me. They have knowledge of things, but then they also are still very much cloaked into religiosity and the institution of it. And also some things, there's some traps with me going to recover this information. These traps that will play tricks on your mind. For instance, and this is part of the spell work, is to play tricks on your mind and to take your power away from you. Now, I've been dealing with different deities over the years, and I've had nothing but success. You know what I mean? But there was these people and then these spirits that they use that don't want me to have power, right? Just like the religious institutions, you know what I mean? They want to give you some spirituality, but they don't want you to have the true power behind it or the mysticism behind it. And of course, if you ever grew up in any kind of religion or just grew up in the Western world, it's always anything other than Jesus is the devil, right? So as I begin to go through my attack, I started to think, well, damn, has it been like, since I was dealing with all these deities, is this the reason why things are going fucked up in my life? No, that was the illusion they were casting on me so that I would stop doing my magical workings, right? And because, this is the foremost thought in the Western world when it comes to religion, is that anything outside of Jesus is the devil. And if you dabble in it, you going into sin and your life going to be fucked up. You know what I mean? So I had to deal with that as these spellcasters was casting spells on me. Is the things that I'm doing what I'm not supposed to do, and that's what's causing this in my life, I had to deal with that and battle with it. And it took some pastors, some African pastors, who actually breaking the church free from the religiosity and the mindset that Christianity, the mindset of the religion of Christianity has kept the people in bondage. And he's actually showing you scriptures of where, dealing with different deities, dealing with the ancient arts of science, magic and stuff is actually in the Bible, and that's what helped me to begin to regain myself and know that, okay, no, what I was doing was okay. So now I'm at the point, after going in, working with Jesus, right? Getting the light, getting the information, because that's what Jesus represents. He's the light, he's knowledge, he's wisdom, right? However, Jesus ain't no warrior God. You know what I mean? He's not he's not a warrior. He deals with miracles, he deals with healing, and he deals with knowledge. Okay, so for what I'm dealing with, I can't just strictly deal with Jesus. And that's what I've been doing the past couple months, because I didn't know what the hell was going on in my life, who was attacking me, what was going on, and why this bad negative shit was going on in my life that never was going on in my life before. Now, I've always had resistance, and I've always had to fight for everything, and there's always been a force after me that was seeking to steal, kill, and destroy, but not on this level. The more I went up in knowledge, the more I came under heavier attack, like nothing I've ever seen in my life before. Okay, so I say that to say, now I'm at the point where I realize, no, it's time for me to go back and get some of those powers, those whoop ass powers. You know what I mean? Some of those forces that kick ass, because we gonna get this motherfucking spirit of delay up out of my life. He got to go, and if he in your life too, he got to go. Okay, so I'm going to encourage you guys, and if you got a blocking spirit, one who is blocking everything that's supposed to be coming to you, I encourage you to use Lord Ganesh, because Lord Ganesh gets shit done instantly. And now I'm at the point where it's time to tap back in to Lord Ganesh, because Lord Ganesh come through like nobody's business. Okay, so I just want to put that out there for you. I don't believe that Jesus can do all things, right? That's why there's pantheons and many different gods. They all have different capabilities. Just like us, we have our strong points. We have things that we are good at, you know what I mean? And we can't do someone else's job, you know what I mean? So Jesus is great for certain things, but why people might not be having victory in their life is because they're only dealing with Jesus. You need a different deity. If you're dealing with some blocking spirits, you dealing with some warring spirits, you're going to need to find the most toughest God there is out there, you know what I mean, to work with, to go and handle your situation. Okay, so the way this delay spirit, what this delay spirit looks like will in your life will be like this. Okay, so basically, okay, one time recently my uncle passed, right? And I was supposed to get awarded survivor's benefits for him. So I went down to Social Security immediately, and they gave me like an appointment the very next day. And it was like, oh, it's real, we never have appointments. Like, I think it was like, I went like maybe on a Thursday, and then it was like a Monday. And it was like usually appointments like a month or 2 months out, you know? So I'm like, okay, this is wonderful. So I go and I get my appointment, and I'm ready. You know, I'm ready for this appointment. I'm like, because I need money anyway. This witchcraft is kicking my ass. You know what I mean? I don't know what the hell's going on in my life at this time. My money's dwindling, everything. And I need some money ASAP, okay? So now I'm ready come Monday. Now, prior to this, something happened to my phone. So I had to go get a new phone, okay? So I get the new phone working, everything's good. Somehow Monday, right, I set my alarm, I'm up early waiting on this appointment. The call never comes through, Okay, I wound up seeing that I got a voicemail notification. I called a voicemail. The lady's like, "Oh yeah, we sorry you missed our call. Call us back within the next 10 minutes, and we should be able to get you to complete the telephone interview." So I'm calling back within 10 minutes. She ain't answering the phone. So I think the appointment was like 9 a.m. So when I noticed at 9 a.m. that wasn't no call, I was right there on my phone, and that's when I seen like 2 minutes later there was a voicemail, and then I called the number back. She wouldn't answer for them 10 minutes. Then finally she answers after the 10 minutes, and she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, but we called and I can't do it today. We're gonna have to schedule an appointment." The appointment was like a month or two out, like I think it was like a month or so out. And I was trying to get her to give me something soon, but she wouldn't do it. And also, it was somehow my phone didn't ring. When I looked at my phone, my volume was down. Really? My volume was completely off on this new phone that I got? That was crazy. Okay? So this is how this spirit of delay will operate. Things that's supposed to come to you, they'll cause situations like this to happen and delay the money that I needed to come in to come through. So I had to wait another month, right? Okay. So after this month, now this is when I really knew something was going on in my life, Like in 2020, it was a delay, but I felt like I didn't really know that it was a spirit after me. I didn't really know. I just felt like, okay, I got to be patient. I got to wait, and and that's that. But then the next phone interview comes around, right? A whole month I have to wait for this phone interview. Okay? Shit, it's been so long. I don't even know what happened the second time, but I was like, I'm going to be ready for this phone call, right? So the day comes, and I think I'm not for sure, y'all. I've been under so much heavy witchcraft, so much shit been going on. Like, it just put you in a whole state of confusion. So much stuff is happening all at once. It's like the clouds is hanging low on you and you trying to see through this storm. Okay? So all I know is that somehow I didn't receive that call again. And it might be that they didn't even actually call, but they said they called. Okay? And I called them back instantly again, trying to get the interview going. And they refused to give it to me. They're like, "Oh, we gotta wait another month out again," right? I'm like, at this point, I'm so disappointed because I know now that something is stealing from me, something is taking from me, and I'm just crying. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So the third time, I'm like, I'm gonna be ready. My phone volume's up. Ain't no way I'm missing this call. Third time comes around, guess what? I make it through. Okay, that was that persistence. Okay, I made it through, and from there on, I got everything that was supposed to come to me. You understand? However, that was a fucking delay, and what they do with this delay is they seek to discourage you. And while you are held up waiting on this manifestation in your life, you can't necessarily move forward and do the other things that need to be done, because this is like me, for instance. Anyway, I'm a kind of like a one-track mind type of person. Like, I focus on one thing at a time. I knock that out and then I move to the next. I'm not like really a multitasker, though. If I need to do it, I'll do it. Well, I won't say that. I think I'm a multitasker, but when I'm trying to grab something, I think my strong point is I have great laser focus. You know what I mean? And I focus on something and I pull whatever I need to pull in. Like, that's my thing. So I say that to say that we overcame that situation. But what they were doing to me is they're stealing time from me. Literally, what they're doing is they're zapping my life, because they're stealing my time. They're keeping me stuck and just constantly fighting and constantly in discouragement to lower my vibration so that they can launch further attacks on me. Okay, to weaken my aura field and just lower my vibrations so they can increase in their attacks. So this is the power and the function of these delaying spirits. Okay, now another situation, how it shows up. Let's see. Okay, recently this summer, I'm supposed to receive a Sunbucks card for my daughter, right? This is some food program they have for the summertime for parents with children. When they're outside of school, they were given like an extra $120 for the summer months, right? Okay, why the card never shows up, right? So, well, what happened originally was, because I moved from my last state, the state that your child went to school in, that's where the sunbucks are issued, right? So I presumed it went to my old address. So once I realized that I couldn't get it in the new state that I was in, I called them immediately and I told them what was going on, gave them my new address, right? They said 7 to 10 business days. Now, I knew when they didn't get there in 3 to 4 days, because mostly when they say 7 to 10 business days, it's like 3-4 days it get to you, right? So when I noticed that we get approaching the 7 to 10, I know something ain't right. But I'm like, I know if I call them, they're gonna say, oh, well, you have to wait the full 10 days, and then that's when we can issue you a new card. So I wait the 10 days. I called them up, right? So then I talked to this woman. She was like, oh no, it could take a whole 3 to 4 weeks for the card to come out to you. I was like, well, why would they tell me 7 to 10 business days? She was like, yeah, it will go out on the day that they actually, because she's like, they send them out in batches. So being that you ordered on the 31st or whatever, wait until like August 31st, and then your car should come between that time. Now, I knew in my spirit, I said, something ain't right. But she was blocking me. This is that blocking spirit. They'll send these people to block you from moving forward. I should have called back, but I didn't. I should have called back and tried to speak to another representative, but I didn't. I said, okay. She said 3 weeks. Okay, I'm going to just wait the 3 weeks. 3 weeks come, card is a no-show, okay? I call them back now, right? I call them up, and they go, oh yeah, 7 to 10 business days. They say you haven't received it. It's like, well, we're going to cancel that card that we just sent out, and we're going to reissue you one. And it was like expected in 7 to 10 days. I said, now, why the last lady I spoke to told me 3 weeks? And the lady go through the process and said, no, I don't know what she's so much. She's like, but when we issue a card in this situation, she's like, it takes 7 to 10 days, right? So here I am. I done waited the whole summer, ain't received that little bit of help. You know what I mean? That would have been great to have. This is how this spirit operates, constantly sucking time. I have to make these phone calls, right? So it's taking me taking time out of my day from other things I could be doing just to revisit the same issues that should have been taken care of months ago, okay? So they're zapping our life force and our time. They're stealing time from us, okay? There's many more things that I can tell you, but I'm sure after giving those 2 examples, you get the gist of how this spirit operates. Also, now, how this spirit and this blocking spirit will operate too, right? Now, this is significant, which I noticed, like, this was like December, November of 2023, okay? It was symbolic. My mailbox broke down, just broke, okay? They used my daughter. My daughter told me that she wound up kicking it off the box. They use my daughter to destroy my mailbox, right? Now, remember, God, all these gods, right, are messengers to the heavens. So when you don't get your mail, that means, and when my mailbox was broke, that was symbolic of my connections to the heavens was being interfered, right? My messages, my prayers were being hijacked, and they wasn't reaching to the heavens where they needed to go, right? The mailbox is where we receive messages and mails, right? Jesus is the messenger God. All of these different gods are messengers for us between the heavens and the earth. And it was telling me that my communications was not correct. So during like December, again, I was expecting money. I had money and prosperity coming that's supposed to come to me through the mail. Guess what? It wasn't there. You know what I mean? It caused me setbacks. I was expecting money to come through that mail that did not come. You know, but eventually, after fighting through getting the mailbox fixed and all of that stuff, I was able to recoup my my money, my blessings. You understand? So these are the things they would do. They definitely operate through the postal system. This is the second time this has happened when things were supposed to come through the mail to me and they wasn't received. So y'all don't play around. When you know your package is supposed to be there 3 to 4 days, whatever it is, whether it's your new credit card, your new whatever, your loan, whatever it is, documents, whatever it is, you need to call and be on top of that. Don't sit around and wait and be patient. I got a great spirit of patience. Patience have definitely helped me throughout the years, but I think it's also hindered me. You know what I mean? So don't be like me. Don't be patient. Something ain't right. You know yourself will be, get on it right away. Okay? So the effective way to overcome this blocking spirit and the spirit of delay is to obviously constantly be in prayer about it, constantly take action to overdo what they have done. You do that through prayer, and then the physical things that you need to do on the earth to restore the things that they have taken from you. as well as continuing to get knowledge and information about how this spirit works, and not only how it works, but how you're going to defeat it. Okay, so this is a message of encouragement to let you know that you can overcome this. Stay persistent and continue to gain knowledge. You know what I mean? And don't let these spirits run rampant in your life. You know, deal with them, handle them. If one method ain't working, you need to explore another option, because all these evil spirits, they must be deleted. They got to be destroyed and get the fuck up out of our lives. Okay, so don't let them come in and wreak havoc on your lives. Get active immediately. All right, that's my message on delaying spirits. Hope you enjoyed the message. Hope it was insightful, and I'll see you soon.